Hi, hello everyone. It is very nice to see you all again. Today we are going to open a new topic that is about teamwork. Teamwork is quite an important topic in work psychology because people behavior is not only they work alone, but they have to work together with the team members. So individual work could be very different from the teamwork and behavior. That's why today we're going to talk about the team dynamic, the team process, and team behavior. I hope you're enjoying this class. Thank you. Before we start the lecture, I would like you to think about the following question. Number one, have you experienced working in a team? How important is the team? And what's the positive about it? And what was negative about it? Why do you need to form the team? Can you use 5 minutes to think about your experience working in a team? To respond to those questions, today we are going to cover a few topics. Number one is we understand the nature of teams and groups. Number two, we are thinking about the individual and organizational benefits of the team. And we also discuss the factors that influence the effectiveness of the team. And at the same time, we also look into some failures of team working. Why team doesn't work sometimes, including the concept of groupthink. And finally, we will also work on a decision-making exercise. What is a team? By definition, a team is a group of individuals who work together to produce products or deliver services for which they are mutually accountable. Some of the key features including like a group of the people, they work together to deliver something, to make some products or to deliver some services, but then they're also having the common goals and mutual accountability for the success or the failures of the product and services. So the key feature is that whether they have the mutual goals and they work towards the team goals together. In this organization, we can see a lot of different work teams, including like in different departments, employees, colleagues, they work together as a team. So it is at the department level. Or sometimes the teams may form according to different projects. So this we will call it as the project teams. Outside the organization, sometimes we also group with others according and based on our interests, such as football team, because they got certain mutual goal and objective, and so they form together as a team. And this is the definition of the team. That's why teams does not only exist in the organization, but also in our life and outside the organization. The next question is, what tasks call for teamwork? What does teamwork mean? Teamwork, it depends on the highly interdependent task. It means that the employees, the team members, their tasks are interrelated. They are interdependent with each other's. One's work, one's task will affecting others' task. So they will have a highly interdependent task. Besides that, the tasks that require a great deal of creativity, we also need to form the team, especially because if the team, they want to have some innovative and creative ideas, because team members are coming from different background, the diverse team, because they have different capabilities, skills, and background. And so it is very likely when they work together, combine together as a team, and will create a great deal of creativity. Besides that, because sometimes they also have some highly complex tasks, and so the single individual cannot finish the task. They will rely on different members. So they group together and they work together they share the knowledge, they do the group decision making, and have some innovative ideas. In such situation, we can see that the members, they have to form together as the team to enjoy the synergy effects. In the organizational setting, we can see that a lot of examples of teams, such as in the public domain and governance, some teams like military armies, they also work as a team. Police and other safety security body, they also use team bases to complete the task. Firefighters, and also they are working as a team. Healthcare, in hospital, in clinic, or even for in a surgery. And so different parties, doctors, nurses, they will take different responsibility in a surgery. So they also work as a team. Space, NASA, and it's also one kind of the very important example, a typical example, working as a team and in a government body. For some profit organization, we usually can see that the teams will be divided based on different functions and departments. In an organization, they will have the production and manufacturing teams, the service and the marketing team, R&D teams, consulting teams, the sales teams, the HR and the management team, or some other functions. So as you can see that there are teams everywhere in the organization, no matter what domains and what nature the organizations are, whether they are the non-profit or the for-profit organization, we can see that they're always using team basis as their organizational structure. The IPO model of team effectiveness described the process of input will turn it into some team dynamics in order to produce some output mechanism. And so this is the process to describe how the team performance creates input, including like the task design, the team effort and skills, organizational support and resources, etc. And process is a kind of the team dynamics in order to turning the input into output. Output including lots of things such as the team effectiveness, the team innovation, relationship, satisfaction, performance, etc. In details, team outputs describe the antecedent factors that enable and constrain members' interaction. It is not only the positive things like the factors with enhancing the people's interaction, but it also including some constraints, some limitation to limit the members' interaction. This can include both the individual team members' characteristic and also the team level factors. The individual team members' characteristic, including like the ability and the skills, capability, ability, and also the personality of the team members. Some of the example like if the employees, their personalities are very outgoing, agreeableness is quite high, and according to the research, it seems that it will likely to increase the task performance and innovation because the employees, they like to discuss different views and resources. So that's why you can see that these are also the example of the input of the team. At the team level, including like the task structure, external leader influence is also affecting the team dynamics and team process. If some of the teams, they have a very good leader, transformational leader, and so it is very likely to create a supportive working environment. In contrast, if the leaders always abuse the subordinate, the teams feel unhappy and that will create a very negative working environment. It's not only limited to the team level factors. In some of the situations, we also need to consider about the organizational factors, including like the organizational climate, the organizational structure. If the organization structure is very flattened, and so is very flat, and what it means that it's not many hierarchy in organization. Employees, they have a very good relationship with the leaders, just like friends. And so in this situation, the employment, the working environment is quite supportive. Employees will feel quite happy to work in such kind of organization. In some of the organizational culture, for example, they are very innovative and will having a high level of risk taking, like Apple company. In this kind of the organizational climate, employees' creativity and innovations are highly encouraged and supported. Indeed, if the employees they are working in such kind of the organization, and they are more likely to exchange ideas and to make some new ideas, proposing some new suggestions for the product development. Some of the organizational climates, such as the family-run business, probably they are quite conservative. In this kind of the organizational climates, the team members, the employees, they become more conservative and they are less likely to create some new ideas, to taking the risk. And so as you can see that the organizational climate also become one of the team input in affecting the team members' dynamics. Contextual factors, including like organizational design features and environmental complexity, sometimes it's not only inside the organization, but also outside the organization. For example, like in recent years, in this recent 1 to 2 years, and because of the pandemic, and so, well, the organization's external factors will also change. The working mode will change to the work from home system. For this will also affecting the team dynamics. In the past, employees, they may sit together and work together as a team, but now they may use the IT devices or the virtual system in order to communicate. Again, this is kind of the team input affecting the team dynamics and process. Team size is also very interesting questions to note in order to understand the members' satisfaction and work performance. As team size increases, there is a lower employee satisfaction and lower cohesion of intimacy. It makes sense because employees will feel that they are not very valuable in the team. And it will also higher perception of the competition because the members will seek for and fight for the resources. And it will also lower the participation level and will induce the social loathing problem because some of the employees, they feel that even though they're not contributing, and so nobodies will care and concerned. And finally, we can also see that it will have a higher feelings of threats because their members will compete with each others and they will feel that they're not so important in a team. According to lots of the statistics and research, we find that the optimum level of the team size is around 4.7, which is highly related to the team members' satisfaction as well as their work performance. So the optimum team size is around 4.7. When we consider about the team dynamics and team performance, we also need to note into the team members' cognitive ability. What is cognitive ability? Usually, we consider it as the average intelligence skills of a person as assessed indirectly through IQ test. According to the research, we found that the higher the average cognitive ability and and expertise of the team members, the higher the team performance. According to a lot of different predictors, we can see that cognitive ability is the strongest and one of the strongest predictor in predicting the team performance. It's around 0.4 when they are comparing with other predictors such as experience and also the education. And so as you can see that cognitive ability really make a huge difference in explaining the team performance. It makes sense because the team members, if they are having a higher level of the cognitive abilities, it not only means that they are quite intelligent. Besides that, they will also consider how and what way that they should interact with other team members. In such a case, we could see that they are always happily work together and they can work well by exchanging the information and to make good use of the resources so as to increase their work performance. How about personality? How does personality affecting the team performance? Our answer is unknown. Why? Because it depends on what type of the personality that we are talking about. According to the research, the meta-analysis based on over 500 teams, it seems that openness, it doesn't change too much on team performance. Some of the teams, they are relatively having a high level of openness. They might be more willing to take risk, but it doesn't help in increasing the team performance because it always depends on the organizational strategy and approach. As we mentioned earlier, in some of the organization, they may be taking a more high risk-taking and innovative culture. In such a case, a high level of openness should win. Is more preferable. But some of the organization, if they're taking a more conservative approach, perhaps this type of the employees is not very preferable. Conscientiousness, however, we can see that it might help to increase the team performance. If the employees in general, they will consider about work is quite important to them and they are very highly reliable team members, and so it is likely to increase the team performance. Extroversion, outgoing person, it sounds like, well, not affecting the team performance. Again, it may depend on different types of the team as well as the organizational structure. It also may vary across to different occupation. In some of the occupation like sales team, the salesperson are more expected to have a high level of extroversion, outgoing person. If it is the case, may help to increase the team performance. But for some other occupation like IT programmer, and we do not expect them, or even it's not preferable to have someone to be too outgoing. So that's why we do not have a general ideas whether it will help to increase the team performance. Agreeableness approximately will have the effects on the team performance because the employees, they can work well. And lastly, neuroticism, or whether the emotional stability will help or hurt. Again, well, we cannot answer it quite well because, well, it really depends. It really depends. Depends on different situation and the team structure. And so well, we cannot have a very clear idea in what sense whether the personality in general across the team members, among the team members, will help to have increased the team performance a lot. Because the idea is that team members, they are not the same. They usually have different degree in different types of the personality. This is what we call the diversity in the team members. In the next section, we are going to talk about diversity, and so we will have more discussion on this.